Hi, this is Neerja, and I'm today talking about why is it important to detoxify. But first, let's talk a little bit about toxins and how they are created. So, let's first, in that, talk about what happens when the food comes for digestion. When the food is ready for digestion and absorption in the microvilli in the body, in the gut level, there are only two things that need to happen ideally. One is assimilation of whatever we have eaten, whatever is required is taken on and it's assimilated. And the second is elimination. So, whatever is not required just is eliminated from the body. But in reality, we do not live in the ideal world. So, because of many reasons, the situation is not ideal. Diet, lifestyle, emotions, and environment, and probably a combination of all those four. Think of the times when you have eaten food and it was not ideal scenario. Are you eating only when you are hungry and eating only according to your appetite, not eating less, not eating more when you need to eat? Or let me put it another way. How many times you have eaten when you were not hungry, for example? Or you eaten something more than what you needed to eat, or what was your appetite, or eaten maybe I'm not really hungry but may not get chance for another 3 hours, so let me just eat it now. Or eaten when you knew this thing doesn't really work for me, but it is there, I'm on somebody else's table, or it is convenient, or I like it. So what I'm trying to say is these are quite common scenarios, and we may be doing it on a daily basis, or quite regularly at least, from my understanding and my conversation with people as a health practitioner. So what happens is we are doing what we are doing, but from body's perspective, it is not ideal scenario. And whenever a scenario is not ideal, then there is a third thing happening other than the assimilation and elimination. So what happens is some food is assimilated, some food is eliminated, but then there is some food that is neither assimilated nor eliminated. So it becomes a semi-digested material in the body that body cannot absorb and assimilate, or as well as body cannot throw it out. So it cannot eliminate, and it becomes this semi-digested material, which is a typically slimy, sticky, mucousy, smelly kind of substance. And in language of Ayurveda, which is Sanskrit, we call it ama. This ama remains in the body, starts at the gut level, remains in the body, and then every such episode which was not ideal from body's perspective, we are creating a little bit of that. However tiny amount it is, but it is being created, and it stays on in the body. Now, as the place where it is being created in the gut, in the microvilli, when they get full, and remember we are talking about microscopic levels, then it starts moving, and then it goes and stays on in the body at the place in some cells which have become weak and they cannot resist and they cannot throw this ama out or these toxins out from the body. So, or from where it has come, because they might be genetically weak area, or they might be weaker because of some previous episode of illness or something, whichever reason this particular cell has become weak and it cannot throw it out. So then it stays on there. And now if you imagine that if there is if we say that these billions of cells that make us as human beings, let's say that there are 100 units of these cells. Now imagine that this incidence of creating this AMA creation or toxin creation is happening, and we reach a place where we have these 100 units of cells, and out of those 99 are working but 1 unit is not working. Now what do we do in these kind of cases? Consciously, if I have something, 99 units are not working, it's not a matter of urgency, only 1 unit is not working. So 99 are working and 1 is not working. So we will notice in our body that something is not right. Something like as simple as maybe, oh, I eat something and bloating happens, or I eat something and I feel heavy, or I feel nausea, or I feel reflux, or simple things we will experience at some level. We know it is not really right thing, but it is not a matter of urgency for us. We are doing a lot of other things in life, and so we just deal with it, we stay on with it, and it goes away. But what happens is that slowly now the second unit is not working, because remember, we have not changed anything about our diet or lifestyle or emotions or anything. So now the second unit is not working out of those 100 units that we spoke about, which makes up our body. And so slowly the second unit is not working, and then the third unit is not working, and then the fourth unit is not working, and so on, it goes on. And ultimately it may reach a place where there are enough number of units not working that we can call it as a disease. If we go to the doctor and we get some test done, whatever kind of test, and it will come within outside of the normal range where it can be termed as a disease. But before that, even if we had gone to the doctor and got the reports, whatever test we would have done, probably the answer would have been it would have been in the normal range, even though I am experiencing that something is not right. So that is what the toxins are doing, that they are slowly creating a situation in the body that cells are not working. So imagine now this is one cell of your body, and there are, let's just talk about one cell, and there are many interactions that happen, many exchange that happen at the cellular level. And if this is a cell, it has got many gateways or microchannels that open up for, say for example, food to come in the body, waste to go out, or this cell may be needing some hormones, or there are many exchange that happen. Now imagine that now this is the cell, and it has got this slimy, sticky, mucousy, smelly kind of substance that is there inside and outside. It is now clogging these micro channels. So what happens next time the food comes in, now instead of the channels opening up like that, we may have the situation where they're half open or not open kind of situation. That means the food is coming here, up to here outside, but it cannot come in because the channels don't open up. Or we might have a situation where the waste is being produced inside the cell, but the cell's channels don't open up for the waste to go out. So now the exchange is not happening properly, and that means the functioning of this particular cell is compromised. It is not really working at the optimal level. Now if it was one cell out of billion, it is fine, but if it is 1 unit out of 100 units, we will notice the difference. And then as situation happens that more and more cells in a particular area or organ are not working, then that particular organ will be considered as a sick organ, or there is a sickness around that, which can be ultimately diagnosed. It may go from subclinical to clinical at some stage as more and more units of those cells are not working. And so these toxins we can remove much more easily when the situation is, or when the disease is at subclinical level. That means it hasn't yet manifested, but accumulation of these toxins is happening in the body. So by removing these toxins, what we are doing is, one is we are working, we are creating a situation where the cell, instead of half open, not open microchannels, we have the situation where they are opening up again, because we are working on removing these slimy, sticky, mucousy, smelly kind of substance, or the ama or the toxins from the body or from the cells of the body. And so it works on that. When we do something like this process, then there is suddenly people talk about that they feel lighter, clearer in the mind, and various other things. They may lose some weight depending on what was going on before. And also what we are working is that we are working at the preventative level. See, disease, as I was saying, happens because now more and more units have these toxins accumulated, which are clogging the cells, microchannels, and which cannot open up. And so then the cell has not been working at the optimal level. So by removing these toxins from the body, we are creating a situation where the cells who innately know what need to do. Really, we are not teaching or we are not dictating our nerve cells or muscles or really most of our cells in the body. We are not telling them explicitly what to do. They have that innate intelligence in them, by which they know what needs to be happening. But they were not able to work in the best manner. So by removing these toxins or ama from the body, we are creating a situation where the cells can work again in the optimal way. So we are creating health for today, as well as we are creating health for the future. So that is why detoxification is absolutely critical, and we do suggest things to be done on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a 6-monthly basis. It's like when we clean our car, when we clean our home, when we clean our sheds or pantry. There are things that we need to do on a daily basis, and then there are things that we need to do. For example, you may do regular things around car. You may clean the car, you may polish it, but 6-monthly or after certain number of kilometers, you would want to take it for servicing. So we do know about this concept of servicing for the car, but similar thing we need to do for ourselves, things on a daily basis. For example, for teeth, we know we need to brush our teeth on a daily basis, but same way there are things around physical health, around mental health, we need to do on a daily basis, we need to do on a quarterly basis, we may need to do on a monthly basis, we need to do half-yearly basis, we need to do spring cleaning. So there are various things we need to do for mind and body, so that we remain in a good shape in the physical body as well as mentally and emotionally. And that is why detoxification is absolutely critical. So hope this has helped you, and if you do need any support, feel free to contact us and talk to us about what program will be suitable for you, if any. And thank you for watching. Bye.